Emmerdale tragedy as beloved character dies, bringing a family together. Moira and Kane Dingle have been at loggerheads in Emmerdale recently, but in Monday's episode, a tragic death in the family brought them back together as they reunited to comfort their son, Isaac. When Matty Barton was arrested for stabbing Samson Dingle, the Dingle family was split in two. On one side, Sam and Lydia believed Samson's story that Matty had lunged at him with a knife in an unprovoked attack. On the other side, Moira knew her son wouldn't be capable of such a thing and believed Matty when he said he'd been provoked by Samson and his friend Josh, who had pushed Samson towards him, causing an accidental stabbing. At first, Kane seemed staunchly behind his wife and her son, knowing that Matty wouldn't harm anyone deliberately. However, as time went on, Moira started to think that Kane wasn't doing enough to help Matty and taunted him for being weak. This led to Kane getting drunk and, in a rage, lashing out, making Moira think he was about to hit her. The couple had been icy with each other ever since. In this episode, Kane told Moira that he was still very much on Team Matty and had recently visited him in prison. Moira was worried to hear that Matty had a new cellmate who might discover that Matty is trans, the very thing Matty is terrified of his fellow prisoners finding out. Kane advised Matty to stick up for himself, but Moira didn't think that was helpful advice since Matty is not one to resort to violence, even in self-defense. She once again pushed away Kane's attempt to be supportive, reminding him that Matty is not his son. Isaac, however, is Kane's and Moira's son, and he had upsetting news. Minty, the little orphaned lamb that Kane had allowed him to keep, had died. Isaac had gone out to play with his little friend only to find that Minty had skipped off to the big farm in the sky. Later, Kane told Moira that she'd been brilliant with Isaac and that she's a great mom. Moira pointed out that if that were really the case, how come Holly was dead, Matty was in prison, and Adam was on the run? Despite the hardships, Kane and Moira realized they were on the same page about Isaac, Matty, and each other. They said they loved each other and sealed their newfound harmony with a kiss, all thanks to Minty the lamb. Rip Minty.